Everything we do, even the slightest thing, can have a ripple effect and repercussions that animate. If you throw a pebble into the water on one side of the ocean, it can create a tidal wave on the other side. Jessica Stack's disappearance made a ripple in the muddy water of the little Tallahatchie River, and a huge tidal wave of emotional pain in the lives and hearts of her family and the whole community. Is these feared repercussions buried in the banks of the river forever, or is this Jessica's tale to tell? This is Jessica's story, through the eyes of strangers. At daylight on Friday morning, January 1st, Jessica Stacks and the man she is in a relationship with put a motorless boat into the Tallahatchie River off from County Road 46 in Union County, Mississippi, presumably to hunt wild hogs or deer from the boat. Jessica had left her phone with a friend that dropped them off where they put the boat in, and her boyfriend, he kept his phone with him so when they were finished, they could call the friend on Jessica's phone to come pick them up. At some point about a mile or mile and a half past West Union, Jessica got out of the boat, saying she was going to walk out of the river bottom. For some unknown reason, the boyfriend let her exit the boat and go up the bank on her own without going with her or after her, from what the media has reported. He continued floating down the river. It's unknown if both had guns with them or if neither had a gun, but at least one gun should have been in the boat if they were hunting. After Jessica got out of the boat, her boyfriend did continue down the river at least a couple of miles before getting out of the opposite side of the river. It's very disturbing he was able to float away, not knowing if she made it safely to the road or how she was going to get home. He knew she did not have her phone to call for help. It was stated he called his son and he told him to stay where he was and that he would come and get him. He told him to holler and yell and then that he would find him. Why did he not call the guy that they made arrangements with to come pick him and Jessica up? He did have Jessica's phone for that reason, or so the story goes. It was reported Jessica had gotten out of the boat around 10 a.m. Friday morning, but the Union County Sheriff's Department was not contacted about Jessica's disappearance until 10 o'clock p.m. that night. 12 hours. 12 hours is a considerable large time gap for someone who had a phone and was able to call for help. Now, unconfirmed and unreported physical domestic abuse accusations are surfacing about the couple's relationship. Searches were conducted beginning that night and have continued intermittently since. Members of the Union County Sheriff's Department, Search and Rescue, Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks searched an area of several miles through the late Friday night and all day Saturday, on foot, by boat, and ATV. Sheriff Edwards said in an article that about 50 volunteers searched on foot during the day over the weekend, also using boats, ATVs, thermal imaging, drones, and a Mississippi Highway Patrol helicopter. Some night searching was done as well, sometimes in rain and near freezing weather. They have also conducted several water searches, and they tried using a diver, but the water was too cold for divers. They have searched as far as Graham, near the headwaters of Sardis Lake. The river bottom area is rough terrain, cut up with serpentine natural ditches filled with brush. There are also deep man-made ditches dug and drain water from crops. He added they have conducted interviews concerning the search, but said they have no evidence to contradict what they were told and could not act on speculation. The sheriff said they did find evidence of where she had been, items and footprints. Rescue teams reporting seeing tracks, more specifically prints, which were an indication of her exiting the boat. The footprints were found in the West Union area, on the West Union school side of the river, about a mile and a half past the school, headed west on Highway 30. Rescue personnel found Jessica's coat, which appeared to have been discarded. It's also been rumored, but unconfirmed, that her boots were also found. Later, the boat was found about a mile upriver from the Rocky Ford Bridge at Etta, but Jessica's still missing. The river was out of its banks, and much of the bottom land was flooded. If Jessica had taken the shortest straight line distance to Highway 30, the distance would have been about a mile. However, that most direct route would have taken her through standing water and heavy brush, as well as natural and man-made ditches. There's a social media post that's circulating where an individual said they believe Jessica's blood was on her back porch and shovels were missing from their relative's residence. It seems this person is friends with Jessica and her boyfriend, and the couple frequently visited their home and truly believes Jessica is buried somewhere on their 40-acre property. She states she contacted law enforcement twice. Twice, I said. They didn't send anyone to her house to investigate these serious allegations. It's so bizarre that the local law enforcement nor the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation have not followed up with this information. Jessica's family's social media posts are heart-wrenching, to say the least. No one ever imagines when reading other missing person cases that one day it could be your child missing. Jessica's mother wants justice for her daughter, and she wants her to be found. Jessica has a whole family missing her, including 3 small children. There was only one person with Jessica that day that has the power to contact authorities immediately, but chose to wait 12 hours before contacting anyone, even though he was able to call someone to pick himself up. Even if Jessica fell victim to the elements or an accident, the response time should have been minutes, not hours. Those are hours that no one can get back or redo. And now you have a mother, grandmother, and a whole family heartbroken because their beautiful Jessica cannot be found. Today makes 10 days she's been missing, and law enforcement are no closer to finding Jessica than they were the night when they conducted their first search. Jessica Nicole Stack Swenor, 28 years old, lived in the Harmony community in New Albany, Mississippi. She's described as 5'4" with blonde hair and green eyes. She weighs between 110 to 125 pounds. A clothing description of what she was wearing that day has not been given. Her nose, ears, and tongue was pierced. She has multiple tattoos, which are Kaylee on her left shoulder, a mind piece of puzzle with Kobe above it, and a tattoo that says Braden on her wrist. She was last seen in Union County in the Pinedale area by her boyfriend. If you have any information leading up to or about Jessica at all, please call the New Albany Sheriff's Department at 662-534-1943 immediately, or call 911. Please remember, don't ever underestimate the ripple effect of what you do. These kind of actions have toppled empires. If you have information about Jessica's disappearance, do the right thing and contact authorities. You never know when the shoe may be on the other foot and you find yourself pleading to the public for information about your loved one. The administrators of the Missing Truth is praying for Jessica and her heartbroken family. We are sending you love and healing energy on your quest to finding her. We bid you peace for the days to come and pray you get answers you are seeking. For further updates on Jessica's case, subscribe to the Missing Truth to receive notifications. Like us and leave us a comment. If you feel that a loved one that is missing has not received enough exposure and want to tell their story, please contact us by email or message us on our Facebook page. Don't forget to join our Facebook page and our private group. Always remember, some sort of truth remains in a lie.